Hi, and let us see how to install Jenkins on EC2 using Docker. So, to install a Jenkins on EC2 using a Docker, first we have to launch an EC2 machine if you don't have one. So, let us see the steps to launch EC2 machine in AWS. So, to launch the EC2 instance, just click on launch instance here. So, after clicking on launch instance, we should give the name for the instance. Let me give Jenkins EC2. So we have to give the name of a EC2 here and select the Ubuntu here. You can select any of the flavors of Linux what you want, like Red Hat, Amazon Linux, Ubuntu, SUSE Linux. I am choosing Ubuntu for this video, and we have to select the instance type. Let it be T2 micro, and we have to create the key pair here. So let me create the key pair first. Jenkins underscore EC2 is the name what I have given, and just click on create key pair. So the key pair will be downloaded to your downloads. Then network settings. Leave the VPC as it is and subnet as it is. Let it be as it is. Then in the security groups, let it be as it is now, and configuration storage, let it be 8 and GB2. So after giving all the things like a name and selecting the OS and selecting the instance type and selecting the key pair and all the things, you can just click on launch instance here. So the instance will be launched. Once the instance is launched, you can see that the name what we are given and in which region we have created the instance. Then when you just click on that, you can see the public IP has assigned to it and private IP has been assigned to the instance what we have created. Just let us try to connect to the instance now. The instance will take some time to up and running. So now the instance is running. You can see the status here. So to connect to that, here there is option called connect. Just select the checkbox and just click on the connect. So once you clicked on connect, uh, you will be going into the AWS EC2 instance console. Yes. Now we have logged in into the instance. So here now the EC2 instance is created. So the first step has been completed. First we need to launch the instance if we don't have any. So we have the EC2 machine now. Now let us see how to install the Docker on EC2 instance. So in this video we are going to see how to install the Jenkins using Docker on EC2 machine. So we should be having a Docker installed in our EC2 machine. Let us do that now. So to install a Docker, there are a few steps that we need to follow. Okay, so these are the steps. So let me run this command. Why this command is used is there should be no conflicts while installing the Docker on our system. So if you run this command, then all the conflicts file will be uninstalled on our PC, like the instance. Sorry. So now there are no conflicts and everything is fine now. So let us go and update the apt. Apt is nothing but the repository for Ubuntu machine. Let us run that command. All the commands will be shared in the description, not to worry for that. I'll be sharing that. So once the apts get installed, then we have to run this command. Why this is means to allow apt to use a repository over HTTPS. So that we are running this command. GUI. Once that is done, the next thing what we have to do is we should add Docker's official G key. So to add that, we have to follow the below three steps. In your system, if Docker is already installed, no need to worry about that. Uh, if the system which doesn't have a Docker should need to follow the steps. So in our EC2 instance, there was no Docker installed, so I am following the steps. Now let us install Docker engine on our system. The platform is ready to install that. Now the Docker is getting installed on our system. It will take some time to load all the plugins and all. Yes, the Docker has been installed in our system. So to check whether the Docker has been installed or not, let us run this command. You can see that now the Docker has been installed. Or else you can confirm with the command sudo docker hyphen version. You can see the Docker version. So if you see this, then you can confirm that Docker has been installed in our system. So let us see how to install Jenkins with the help of Docker. So just go for the Google and type Docker Jenkins image. So you go for this Docker official link. There you can see that there is a command, Docker pull command. When you use that, see, let us see whether do the system has any other. See, there is one image, hello world, that what we have done with the last command. Other than that, there is no Jenkins image. After using Docker pull Jenkins, you can see the image that Jenkins will be present in that list. Now it is getting downloaded. Yes. Now the image has been downloaded. Let us see that in the list. Sudo docker images. You can see now the image has been downloaded to our instance. Now we have to run that. We have to convert this image to the container with the docker commands. So let us clear the screen first. Till now, we have created the EC2 instance and we have launched it. And on that EC2 instance, we have installed the Docker. So, and we have pulled Jenkins image to our instance. So next what we have to do is we have to run docker run command. What this command is going to do is it will create a container from a given image. Now the given image is Jenkins. That's what we have pulled. So by running this command, it will install a Jenkins on a using a Docker on an Ubuntu system. So let us see how the container will be formed and what are the containers which is running on our Ubuntu system now. Sudo docker ps-a. See, there are no containers. One container got exited 14 minutes ago. So there are no up and running containers. So let us run that docker sudo docker images. You can see the image. There are two images, Jenkins is the image what we have put. So let us run that. So when we run docker run command, it will create a container with the image what we have given. So let me paste the command instead of typing. So you can see that sudo docker run -p. Port 88 is the default port that we'll be using for the Jenkins, and 5050 port is to communicate with the Docker container and our Ubuntu system. And Jenkins is the name what we have to give. So when you run this command, it is creating a container and it will be up and running. So this is how we have to install Jenkins using Docker. Yes. Now, after the container is up and running, just go for your EC2 instance and go for security groups and allow the inbound rules. There is HTTPS and SSH. Let me add and give all traffic. Save rules. So once the group is allowed, we can just allow for 8080, but I have run for all the things, all inbound rules have accepted. So copy this public IP and just go to the browser and type 8080 with that. So now you can see that Jenkins has been installed and you are able to open that. Whenever the Jenkins is installed for first time in any of your systems, then it will ask for administrator password. Where you should get this means you can get that from this path. But the containers when we were installing that has given that key. You just copy that key. This is only one time process. No need to do all the times. Once this is the first login how we have to do for the Jenkins. That's it. When you log in for second or third time, no need to give this administrative password. Once you click on install plugins, then the plugins will be get installed here. We have to wait until it get installed. Then for the first time it will ask to set the username and password. Let me give the username as admin and full name is also admin. So you have to remember this whenever you again try to log in, it will you should use the same username and password what you are given here. So click on start using Jenkins. You can see the console of the Jenkins. This is how the Jenkins has been installed on EC2 system using Docker.